What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Pop by Culture. We are here for another installment of Floppy Drop. Tonight, we're actually covering this week's books, where Tuesday we covered last week's. I'm your host, Josh McDonald, and I'm here with my main man, Drew, aka Dolan, and he writes comics. What's up, Drewski?
Hey, yeah, it's definitely not the temperature today. It went back down like crazy. It's
It
been
did.
yo-yoing like wild
Yeah.
here in Indiana. So it's only going to get colder next week. But hey, I'm going to be in Orlando next week. So most of the week. So it
Nice.
doesn't matter to me.
How cold is it supposed to get in Indy for you next week?
I think down to the 20s and 30s again.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're just getting like 60s, which that for me is like perfect weather. So I'm-
I would give my left nut for 60-degree weather.
Oh, yeah.
At this point.
Oh no, agreed. But this past week we've essentially been in like 80s and 90s, so it's still a kind of not fun shift. We're yo-yoing as well. For those of you that can't tell, I might sound a little more straight tonight. My voice is a little bit deeper. It's allergies, so I'm trying my best to make sure my voice will hang through. At work today, I was telling Drew I kept talking to customers and it just would like fade off. So my lunch break I went and got cough drops just to try to help, like, I don't know if it's lubricated or what, but our tree pollen's through the roof. It's totally effing up my allergies. But I didn't want to be a little B word and cancel. So Corey said my balls finally dropped. Yes, indeed they have. No, we are here to talk about this week's releases. I think we've got a lot of we have stuff to talk about.
Yes.
And I'll say the first book of the night that we're gonna discuss is is Drew texted me 2 days ago, I think. Yesterday. I can't remember. My days are all blurred together. Yesterday. And you were like, oh my God, I can't wait for you to read X-Men United. And I was like, oh no, I just know. And then he's like, it's hilarious. And I was like, oh no. So then I read it last night and I was like, this is crazy.
It's a mess. The
It is
comment is nothing short of a mess.
It's a hot mess. But you know what? We'll get to it in a second. But we have a lot of good books to cover. We'll just say that. Other than that, you did mention MegaCon next week. You're excited?
Yeah, excited, nervous, anxious, everything, before the show starts.
Yep.
Going to be there on playing it on Wednesday night. And hopefully everything is fine with the TSA. I know TSA in Indy is pretty good, so I'm constantly checking the times. I'm like, okay, nothing is crazy. It's not like Houston or Louisiana where they're having like 3 or 4 hour wait times.
Oh,
so,
yeah, no.
But everything's good. So, Aaron's flying out with me on Wednesday. So, I can't wait. And
Awesome.
Meeting the whole team. Whole team's going to be there, meeting a bunch of new artists. We're going to have some creative meetings as well for some upcoming projects. And Cajun Corey says Chuck Dixon, he's going to be there. And I'm hoping I get to see him. I'm hoping I get to say thank you. You're one of the reasons why I'm writing now. And
Heck yeah.
apparently, Zachary Levi is going to be there at the Rippaverse booth on Saturday.
Really? Is he doing something with Rippa or?
Yeah, he's doing something with Rippa.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like Zachary. He seems like he'd be a really chill guy.
Yeah, you know what? It's like, granted, I never saw the second Shazam movie, but the first one, he was good in it. But one film of his I really liked. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was the Kurt Warner movie about Kurt Warner's life, how he became the NFL quarterback. It's actually really good.
I don't think I read that. I'll have to go check it out. So
yeah, it's good. It's a really good movie.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out. But no, I would actually like to meet him. I think he's a pretty cool. Seems like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be awesome. And then if you get to see Chuck, by all means, like go say hello to Chuck. Why would you not say hello to Chuck? Let's look at the comments real quick and see what else going in the comments section. We do have Cajun Corey in the house with a good evening, sir. We also have Leslie in the house. What's up?
Hey, Leslie
herself, awesome cover artist. Good evening, my lady. Nice to see you. We have Kaiser Jose coming in with Sub Nerds. What's up, Kaiser? Nice to see you here. And I got to show this again because it was just way too funny. But Josh's balls finally dropped. It finally happened. I'm a real man now. um, that's for Corey. We'll skip that. Yep, yep. Um, Kaiser Rose put Nathan Zerdy and Mark Spears are going to be at the Huntsville Comic Con, but I'm more excited for Amy Jo Johnson. Hey, Pink Power Ranger, baby. She still looks pretty darn good after all these years. So
yes, she does. She stayed in shape. Good for her.
And she seemed like she's a really sweet person. She's been very active online and trying to be active with like Power Rangers, at least behind the scenes for comics and stuff. Ever since Jason David Frank, took his life.
That was very unfortunate.
That was he was in our area like not even a month prior to doing that. He did a signing at our comic shop that's in the area.
And it's so wild because I remember when Kyle Higgins was on the Power Rangers book at the time, which was really damn hot. And he was getting ready to do like the Shattered Grid and getting ready to bring in like the Dark Tommy. And they were bringing in Jason David Frank to advertise it. And he was dressing up as the dark alternate version of Tommy. Yep. It's like, that's huge. That's amazing. And they were selling David Finch covers. They were selling books like it was nothing. They're giving away candy. It was nuts.
Yeah. Sad. But she's had a lot of grace in how she's kind of moved forward with that, and kudos to her. I'd love to meet her as well. I'd love to her. Cajun got to meet Zachary Levi last year in Dallas. Nice. He's tall. Yeah, I think he's like 6'2". He's not a short guy.
Me. Nice.
Yeah. He's not one of those short Hollywood guys like me.
Oh, I was gonna say, not like Tom Hanks. Okay. Or Tom Cruise.
Yep. I think the funniest thing is when I met Ryan Seacrest and he was shorter than I was. Not much. But he was
so I had no clue how short he was until I started rewatching The Soup. There's some channel on YouTube reloaded all the old episodes of The Soup with
nice.
Joe McHale, and I didn't realize how many times Joe McHale made cracks about Ryan Seacrest and his height. It just like in every episode, just how short he is.
He's like 5'5", 5'6", maybe. Yeah. And I'll just say this: if you look at his shoes, he has very thick soles, so probably even shorter. And then Cajun said that Ripa's booth isn't going to be far from where you guys are. So,
interesting. I'm going to look it up right now because where we're at, it's pretty much Murderer's Row, right where we're at. It's going to be nuts.
Oh, gotcha. And I guess Jean Grey. I'm assuming you mean Famke Janssen is going to be at Knoxville Fanboy Expo this year. Nice. I'm assuming she's coming back for these new Marvel movies. I don't know. I've been way out of touch with all that. So
I think a lot of them are on like don't ask, don't tell policies.
Yeah. Like we're gonna say, these people are. We're not gonna say anything about these people. And yes, Amy did write a Power Ranger comic, which I thought was really cool. I'm not gonna say it was good, but I thought it was cool that she tried and
she contributed.
I will say, compared to a lot of people who come from like TV or movies to try to write a comic, especially when they're the actors, she did not do nearly as poorly as they typically do. So, okay, never mind. So Zach is like 6'4", 6'5". Sheesh, I didn't realize he was that tall. But yeah. Machete is short too. Yes.
Danny Trejo? Yeah, come on. Yeah.
He's like 5'8".
Yeah, it's good. Not even 5'8". I think he's more like 5'5", 5'6".
Wait, did I ever tell you about the time that I met Dog the Bounty Hunter and he was as tall as I was?
Bullshit.
I swear. No, you can Google it. Hold on.
He is seriously. Wow. They go out of their way to make him look like fucking Hulk Hogan.
They made him. He is 5'7". Hold on. I'm about to share my screen. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, I ran into him and boom, 5'7".
Wow.
So, and I would say they're counting that poof of hair on top of his head for an inch. So I'm like 5'7", 5'8" if I'm in shoes versus boots, But I met him and we were like eye to eye, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, you were supposed to be massive. But yeah, interesting. That for me was funny. But anyways, we're not here to talk about height. We're here to talk about comic books. Oh, Drew, Ripa's booth is 9514.
9514. Let me pull up the map. Keep talking. I'm looking at the map.
Kaiser put Amy's book was eons better than Mother of Madness. Okay, Kaiser, we're psychically linked.
Doesn't take much to be better than
I was gonna say that was actually the first thing I thought of. Was like, it was better than that hot mess. So I love it. I love it. All right. I know you're looking that up. I'm going to oh, remind me when we do before we wrap up Marvel, we will talk about Alias. I don't know if you got to read it. I can't find it.
I did not. Yeah, I couldn't find it.
It's oh man, it was rough. But we will talk about that. But I am gonna go ahead and
oh wow. Yeah, they're not too far from us. They're like 2 hours behind us. So yeah. About that.
Right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up X-Men United because oh buddy. So for whatever reason, I just thought like I knew the general concept was like, hey, we're gonna try to do another core X-Men book. We're gonna try to go back to focusing on the school element, kind of like how Xavier had his school. And I was like, perfect. This sounds like the right thing to do. This sounds like the path you should take.
Yep.
And then I didn't pay attention to who was writing. I didn't really look into anything else about it. I saw the cover. I'm like, all right, it looks like they're going to try to include everyone. So I'm down for that. And then I come in and I start reading. And I'm reading this about Emma Frost and, you know, how she's made the gates to Gray Matter Lane, which is like a psychic school. And all this is going on. This writing was so bad that at this point I was like, wait, who wrote this? And I originally went back to the cover and saw Ewing, and I was like, is this Al? I was like, God, either way, whether it's Al or Eve, it's bad. And I was like, I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the cast. I'm like, okay, it is kind of everyone, but it's interesting they're leading with Emma and Kitty. And then I keep on going, and then I see it's Eve Ewing, and I'm like, wait, is this just a continuation of Exceptional X-Men? And I start reading, and sure as shit, it definitely is. And I was like, how? What? Okay, Marvel, come on. When you have a book that does as bad and is received as poorly as Exceptional X-Men was, why is your motive then to then revamp it, retitle it, and push the same slop back out there? I don't get it. So, Drew, you read this. What were your thoughts on this?
It was a hot mess, honestly, from literally from Jump Street. Yeah. So when we've got White Queen here rocking out on her old school old time radio from over 100 years ago, drinking a hot toddy or whatever the fuck it is. She says
tea. I think it's just tea.
Not even a hot toddy. Jesus.
Yeah.
But so the school, quote unquote school now, is called Gray Matter Lane, as in gray matter is in the brain, you know, as in that area. Now, here is where it gets weird, and here is where the internet has kind of come together in unison.
Yeah.
What the flying fuck does this mean? Because she is saying it's a mind palace, accessible anywhere on the globe. You can go to this. It's like, oh, okay, that's great, but how? Does that work?
Well, how you get there if you have the psychic key?
Okay, yeah, you've got the psychic key, but how are you getting there? Is your body going there? Is your mind going there? If your mind is going there, are you just passed out somewhere? How does this work? They don't explain that. They just show them going through a door. It's like, but it's mental. You're not physically going there.
Right. Yeah.
No one, if you read every complaint, question about this book, this is the one that comes up the most. They're like, wait a minute, how does this work?
Mhm.
And on top of this, the person who devised this is some Johnny Come Lately. Like, I have no clue who the hell this character is. And he says he got the tech from Mr. Sinister. I got it from him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on the level. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it can't be broken because it's devised by Mr. Sinister, right?
Yeah, it's
like
this Alejandro Mateo Luna.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, wait. And Scott has every right to be pissed off. Wait a minute, you're using technology devised by Mr. Sinister. Sinister's in his fucking name. You're trusting that technology. A bad guy. You mean to tell me this master geneticist didn't develop a back door that he could break this down, that he could be able to tear this down? Are you that fucking dumb? And nope, we're just going to blindly trust it. We're just going to blindly trust it. It's fine. We're going to trust this Johnny Come Lately that he knows what the hell he's doing. It's like it. And this is where Scott acts like a pissed off 15-year-old girl and completely out of character.
Everyone talks like children here. Like
yes, they all
talk like junior high kids.
But Scott specifically out of character talks and acts like a 15 fucking year old girl. And that's putting down a 15-year-old girl. I apologize if you're watching that. But that is not Scott Summers. No. And Scott has every right to protest this because Scott has been the leader since the beginning. He knows what works, what doesn't work. And one of the many things that doesn't work about this is using Mr. Sinister tech. The other thing is bringing everyone together in one area to make you one massive fucking target. It's like, no, he is in the right. And and you have Kitty and all the others just blindly trusting this, like, yeah, it's gonna work, it's gonna work, everything worked last time. It didn't work last time, it's gonna work this time. It's like it's not to bring into politics, but it's like the communist theory. It didn't work that time, it's gonna work this time. It didn't work that time, but it's gonna work this time.
Absolutely.
Scott's like, no, this is bullshit. I'm out of here. Deuces.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, he is acting like a little bitch, but he's right. So it's like that double-edged sword here. But
see, if Eve were smart, there would have been a better way. If he had, all Scott had to do, it would have been cool. If he had emotional restraint, he just gave his response coldly, like Batman. Just how none of this is going to work, and I'm out of here until you all grow up.
Yeah,
and
a lot of the reactions here are so over the top. That's why I said it reminds me. I said teenager. It's honestly more tween and like poorly written, overly dramatic tween like reactions.
Yeah, bear in mind, Scott Summers is supposed to be a 35-year-old male at this point.
Yeah.
So,
But to give you like an idea of how bad some of this dialogue is too, like you've got Scott pretty much here saying like we're sitting ducks.
He's
and
right.
You're acting just like and you're just acting like it'll be fine. And then you've got Kitty that's like, no one said that, Scott. We've given a lot of thought to security. And then this, homeboy Alejandro, he's like, that's my part, right? So I'm like, bro, you're not even sure if you're supposed to speak up to the fact that you've got good security when you're the security guy.
You're the security guy and you develop this shit. Yeah. Come on.
But they mentioned the whole Mr. Sinister tech, and it's like stupid.
Yeah, Sinister is in his fucking name. You mean to tell me you're going to trust this tech that he didn't design some super secret, highly elaborate backdoor he can come in and tear it all down? Come on now. But
you've got him essentially saying like, we don't have to worry about physical or psychic attacks. You could say, hey, we're protected, but there's still a risk. But he's like, no, we don't have to worry about that at all. And like, Kitty's like, or extraterrestrial or demonic. And I'm like, this is like, it's so heavy-handed. It's very clear what's going to happen.
Yes.
But yeah, excuse me. This is where I'm like, they're acting like children. You've got Kitty like phasing through the wall, being like, yo, Cyclops, what's your problem? This is like those bad, like, skits that you would watch on school, like infomercial videos at school.
Now, remember, Kitty Pryde is at least 10 years younger than Scott.
Yeah.
At least 10. and yet it's up to Eve because Eve had been running Exceptional X-Men where Kitty was the main character. So trying to show her as the leader, if you will, and as the quote unquote emotionally mature one. But it's like, no, Kitty, you're in the wrong here. This is not going to work.
Yep. This is where I was like, even the visually, like, I feel like Scott's look here, reaction is so over dramatic. And you got the melodrama of Kitty pulling the, you want to run off and hide? I get it. I tried that myself. But this is our responsibility. And of course,
you ran off and played Space Pirate. Come on, what the hell?
I know. But then you have Rogue, who I was like, all right, maybe we're gonna get a little more common sense here. She's like, look, y'all, we all love Slim, but he's asking the wrong questions. I'm like, is he though? Like, no, he's asking the right questions.
Bullseye, and like she says here, like Cyclops is playing like he doesn't trust them. I'm like, no, he has every right not to trust them.
Yeah, but then she makes it even worse. She's like, we don't have to worry about the outside. We have to worry about all of you in here because we go for each other all the time. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's a fucking nursery school.
It is.
I wish Scott had said before he left, this is a fucking nursery school, and just left.
This feels like Real Housewives if it were X-Men and the Mutants. Like, that's what it feels like.
And it just gets worse.
I was about to say, it gets worse. You get to the and here's where the dialogue is just still ever so shitty. So they're in their new like danger room training room, but it's all psychic gray meta or whatever. You got Wolverine who says, all right, kiddies, this here is Professor Kinney. And then Laura says, that's our class lieutenant, Trista Marshall. Call her Bronze. She's a 2X, a sophomore. Like, this is so high school cheerleader bullshit.
And not just that, but it's like, okay, wait a minute. You're giving this character Bronze, who's only been around for a year, and you're already making her a leader as compared to any other X-Men? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What the actual fuck is happening? And then you realize, oh, this is Exceptional X-Men 2.0. We have to validate those characters. We have to give them position. You know, we have to show them that they're important.
Isn't she the like pseudo trans character or
yes?
Like, okay, that's what I thought.
The emotionally volatile trans character who assaulted a perfectly innocent doorman, you know, at a club.
I also laughed because I feel like this was very purposely written, but you have Wolverine continue with me. It don't really matter what you call me. You won't be talking to me much. I was like, clearly that's
why are you talking in the first place?
Wolverine. Yeah. But I'm like, you're essentially leading this class, even though Laura's supposed to be leading the class.
Yeah. So
and then go ahead.
No, just like you just answer you. It's like, why are you talking in the fucking first place? It just
You're standing at the class talking to everyone. Why are you saying we're not going to talk to you much? But this gets even worse because, you know, if there's one complaint that we've had about all these other X books, it's about all these mutants and new mutants and new X characters that aren't good characters that no one cares about. And guess what? You get a shit ton more here.
That's all it is. And now, but this brings up another question. How does a danger room work practically when it's all mentally? You know, the danger room is to test you physically, to test your powers physically. But if it's on a psychic mental plane, how does that work?
Yeah, because you're not you at that point you could essentially do more with your powers. Like if you think back to all the psychic plane fights that you've had between like Charles and Apocalypse, Charles and Emma, like Emma and Jean Grey, like they've happened, right? So and they're able to do or go beyond their physical scope because they're on a mental field. So that would be the case here, which means like it's kind of like that the whole idea of like, hey, you can go to school and you can learn this, but knowing what to do and being able to do what you need to do in practice are two very different things. And I'm like, that has to be what this would then be like, you know, like, oh, I did a video simulation to know how to be a soldier. And if you hand me a gun and put me in a war, I'm getting shot and killed instantly. Like,
it's like just because you know how to play Call of Duty doesn't automatically make you a good soldier.
Right. So yeah, you've got them being like, okay, we're going to do this, but no one gets hurt on the first day. Okay. And then that's why it's called the danger room. Clear.
No.
And then no one answers. And she goes like total boss mode. I said, are we clear? I at this point I was laughing and rolling my eyes so bad. I was like, this is
They're
so
doing
bad. It's
everything
good.
they can to validate these characters, especially Laura.
Yeah.
It's just give it up. Give it up. Get help. Jesus.
So the first thing that they teach them is to be a successful fighter, you need to know how to block. I'm not going to show you how to block. How you choose to block is how you block. And I'm not joking. She literally says, Trista's block isn't the same as mine. Your block is your block. Depends on who you are and what you can do.
This is like a bad Seinfeld episode. This is a bad
my
Seinfeld
God.
episode. It goes on for pages.
It does.
It's not interesting at all.
Nope.
You know what would have made this really interesting and cool is if there's like the highly elaborate death traps, that were in the old school danger room that they had to avoid and survive from.
Well, it's kind of like
from one end of the danger room to the other. It's just,
but also in like relation to that, like that made the danger room have a purpose. Here, you could do this just anywhere.
Yeah. You don't need a fucking danger room. You can be doing this in your fucking.
Oh, yeah. Go outside. Just don't break any dishes. So go outside. And of course, we've got to have drama between the students. So Lulo, I guess, this Iraqi character just decides to she gets mad that she gets called young.
Now those of us who did not have the pleasure of reading the X-Men Sodom and Gomorrah days in Krakoa, Iraqi is Mars.
Yeah.
Because they terraformed Mars.
They did. I think Storm terraformed Mars, correct? Yeah.
Her and Magneto, Master of Magnets.
And then we have, I can't remember what her name is, but she was in.
It doesn't matter.
Age of Revelation, huh?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, she was in Age of Revelation. She's the one that like had the thing with Beast, I believe. I could be wrong. It could be a character that looks. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? So they're fighting, and then you got this character named Wolf Cub because sure, I guess he gets a little too wolfy, and and this chick's name is Animalia. It's just all so bad. It's bad.
Lame. Not just bad. It's lame.
Yeah. Oh, this Bronze or whatever the hell her name is. She's like, Wolverine, wait, sleeper hold. It's like when you're wrestling with your older brother in the living room when you're really young and you got wrestling on TV and you're like calling out the names of the moves so they know what to do to play along. That's what this made me think of. Sleeper hold. I was like, bro, what are we doing? This feels like girl trying so hard to be cool with like one of the boys, but at a very young age. Like she's like, oh, I can totally be one of the boys. And we're like, no, you can't. You can't. Please stop. Yeah, this whole book is just massively bad. Just so bad. Bad writing. The story. I wouldn't even say there's a story here.
And then even more, it's like it just gets weirder and stupider. And so on top of this, there's a new Cerebro, but it's a empathic Cerebro, which means it's a Cerebro that detects emotions of mutants. And it's like, why not just have it detect mutants?
Yeah.
It's just
no. We got to be careful with who we let in and who we give a psychic key to.
God,
yeah.
So many dumb, bad decisions made here.
I'm curious to see what goes wrong first. Sinister's tech and having a back door, and Sinister, gets them. Someone psychic breaking it through, or someone on the inside turning on them. But I feel like all three are going to happen probably within the first arc. So,
and I just hope Cyclops is standing standing on the psychic plane in Gray Matter Lane, watching it all burn down as he's eating popcorn.
Which also begs the question: like, did it ever actually clarify where everyone actually is?
No, they're all in their own unique areas.
Yeah.
That's the problem, Josh. They don't explain, like, is your body going there? Is your mind going there? Are you just passed out where you were and then you wake up later? How does this fucking work? They don't they don't explain that. You just see them walk through a door, but it's like, wait, how do you psychically walk physically through a door? That does not work.
Nope. And then we've got I guess the kitty pride of this story that we're bringing in, like the new mutant girl that gets everyone.
So you have a girl here who looks like a human and a dinosaur merged, human and a dragon, and she's upset because she's getting bullied at school. Well, no shit. You look like, I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie, you look like a freak. And it's like, you mean, did your parents never consider homeschooling? Maybe that would fix it.
What's that? You're ugly. You should be homeschooled. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. There's a reason this book got canceled. Well, there's a reason Exceptional X-Men got canceled beforehand.
And then this gets even dumber here with this. And it's like, I could not believe what I was reading. This is an X-Men #1 here.
Yep. So bad. It's so stinking bad. Holy shit balls. Yeah. I genuinely don't know what they were thinking bringing this here. You did mention some of the comments, so I'm gonna
go over the comments are fantastic.
I haven't read these yet, so y'all just bear with me. But this one says psychic mutant school. She said X-Men United left me with extremely mixed feelings. I just needed to write down all my thoughts because I don't think I've felt so conflicted by an issue in a long time. I don't think there's anything to be conflicted about, but oh dang, she's got way too many thoughts. It's not that serious. We're gonna skip that one. But I liked oh no, go back. What's happening? Hold please. Telepathic Roblox server for mutants is neat. 2020's concept for the X books to play with, but unfortunately, they've sacrificed character for spectacle. Positioning this book as this one has every X. Oh, come on. This one has every X-Men. You people need to be brief. Just put your one-liner on this. Yeah, it's just weird. Hold please. Viewing garbage fail pass. A-hole move Marvel. Just make cover A wraparound, not have 2-part connecting cover. I have a question. Will Rogue and Logan be leaving Uncanny? They can't be in New York and Louisiana at the same time. Same with Beast Magneto in regards to adjectiveless.
There's another problem. That none of this makes any sense.
No. Yeah. First thought, if it has to be a school book, e-viewing is nope. Yeah, we got some interesting comments here. We cannot be serious. I'm very confused. Oh joy, my favorite emo kids. Question marks, huh? It's fine. Nothing crazy. Scott kind of feels off. Yeah, Crazy Scott did feel a little off. Sloppy slop of a start. Let's see where this goes. Not a fan of anything really. Schema content, but I don't know what that means. Schema? Kids, fill me in. Yeah, this is cool and all, but why is Scott being written like that? It's not cool, but yes, why is Scott? This one gave 5 stars, but I don't give a fuck. Gosh, man, this is pretty meh comic, but the Wolverine Crossing Guard variant is so hey, we'll give credit to nice covers. The writing is not all caps good. The current state of X-Men comics is just tragic right now. The tragedy. Oh, I hate that it's in Spanish. No. It's not even a 1 star. They didn't even give it 1 star. Here's 1 star. Let's use Mr. Sinister's technology again. What could go wrong? It's not like the last time we did it that caused 1,000 years of apocalypse. Yeah, this is great. This is more enjoyable than reading the book. If you
Yeah,
enjoy every
right?
corny,
Yeah.
yeah, if you enjoy every corny X-Men trope since X-Men Schism mixed with the dullness of FTA, then you'll love this issue. The concept of an entire book where they go to school in Emma Frost's mind, that's actually terrifying once you say it out loud.
Yeah.
Because Emma's kind of crazy. Actually,
Uh-huh.
you would think the X-Men would object to that in and of itself. Like, yeah, no. Because they did make their mind vulnerable to her, and she's not always like the best person. So, oh man. Oh, that is rough. Rough.
So it is so, in case people aren't aware, League of Comic Geeks on the site it's almost like the Reddit of comics, and where it's pretty much nothing but unanimous praise more often than not, especially for Marvel books. But for League of Comic Geeks to be this, have this level of critique for a #1 issue of X-Men, that's not good. That's not a good sign.
No, because usually their book should have way lower scores than they do. And it's got a 3.2, which is not great.
That is not for a #1. No.
Yeah, no. So
Not good, Bob.
nope. Thankfully, that was not the only #1 that came out from Marvel this week. We had Dan Abnett come in with the book. That's got to be promising, right, Drew?
Isn't that lovely?
Dan Abnett usually delivers good stuff. I mean, like he's been pretty trustworthy.
When he's working with was it Lanning? Andy Lanning?
Yeah.
But
so he gives us Imperial Guardians here, which looking at the cover, I mean, I wasn't that excited to begin with.
No, you got Gogurt Hulk, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, we got Gamora, Darkhawk, Captain Marvel, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Brawn. This was not good. It was just, it felt hokey to me. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read the full issue. I read like 2 or 3 pages and I was like, I can already tell this is not for me. I didn't think the art looked good at all. And I really wanted to give this the benefit of the doubt that with Dan Abnett writing, we'd at least get a solid story. No. I feel like the characters here are pretty darn insufferable. I don't know if you would agree, but
they were just it for some reason, I can't explain it. The writers at Marvel have this proclivity for not making their comics fun, not just letting the action and art tell the story. This is just, it is caption and dialogue heavy. It was not fun to read. None of this was fun. And like you said, the characters were insufferable, which made it all the more unbearable. And I fell asleep reading this. I think I fell asleep standing up reading this.
Yeah, look, I don't have much hope for Marvel books in general, but I had a little bit of hope that this might be okay. It wasn't. It wasn't. Which is sad. Dan Abnett's done a lot of great stuff. Go find some of his other books, read it.
With Andy Lanning, not by himself. It's just when those two split, it's like that magic disappeared.
Actually, yeah, you're not wrong. And then I'm trying to think of what some of the good stuff he's done is, because I'm blanking. I've got stream brain right now.
You're welcome.
I know, right? Oh, gosh, what did he write? I know Max is gonna be like, it was Warhammer. He did the Warhammer books. We're like, shut up, Max. Didn't he?
Warhammer's not real.
What was that?
Warhammer's not real.
Warhammer's not real. Didn't he do Hawkman?
No, that was Robert Venditti.
Oh, that was Robert Venditti. What am I thinking of that Abnett did? Because he was at DC for a while.
He did Aquaman.
Yeah, he did Aquaman for a while. That's right, and that was honestly not bad. It was
he was trying to fix the mess that Kelly Sue DeConnick had made.
Yeah. So he did the Titans for a while. That's right. Yeah. So he's got some decent stuff out there, but yeah, nope. I do want to go talk about. We'll stick with Marvel for 2-3ish more things. We have Logan, Black, White, and Blood. Look, I don't think any of us ever expect to have banger books with these color things, but I think sometimes we're like, usually one story out of the three or so are solid, and in the run there ends up usually being one like excellent story out of the run. We're not getting that with this. Like
No,
this
and
first.
look,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. God, like the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's just been fucking rough. And reading this was rough. And look, there's three different teams here. I did not read the third one because hey, our guy Phil Noto did it, and I'm like, I'm on a no-go for Phil Noto. But the art is just bland. The art is not exciting. It's all flat. It's not dynamic. The story is very generic and by the books.
Yeah.
And another thing I don't like is this retconning that Wolverine remembers him having claws before he had the adamantium. I don't like that. I don't like adding that back in. But it's a
well, and yeah, the problem here too is like we're getting all these stories. It's like, okay, did we really need to tell the story?
no.
And you can
It's
tell
like,
that. Well, you can tell that they had like the concept of when they were developing this book. They're like, okay, many or anthology series of mini stories for Wolverine. What we'll do is we'll pick out just different points in time that are critical for history, and we'll throw them into whatever that's going on. So this first story, he's in the fucking Dust Bowl. Like, who cares? Like, who cares? It does nothing for the character.
fighting some alt-right Nazis.
Yeah.
The villains in these stories are the lowest of low-hanging fruit. They didn't even try. It's just I don't know who this really is appealing to.
Nope. Well, because a lot of times you'll try to at least incorporate like a theme or something to your short story. Like, hey, we're going to incorporate this theme.
The theme is black, white, and blood, Josh.
That's true. That's all there is. You did mention the Phil Noto story. It was so bad. It's like
how that guy keeps getting work. I don't get it. I really don't.
He wrote and drew this. But yeah, clinical trial.
Look at those 3D models. Oh, I mean, cars he drew. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, totally drew. Yeah, clinical trial. So it's Wolverine in 1982, Hollywood, California. Shoot me now. Going to be part
at
of
this point. So at this point, he should be well aware that so in 1982, it's so we got to know if we're playing with time now. Okay, what year did he have the adamantium put into him?
Shoot, I don't know. What year did
I know in the movies it was like what 1975 or something.
I think so.
But in the comics now, if you're going to keep moving all this shit up, it's like, okay, when are you saying he had the adamantium put in?
So they're saying generally considered to have occurred in the 1960s or a little bit later. So we'll say 1960s.
So this story is BS. Got it.
Yeah. But the whole concept of the story, I gotta find it again, is he's going for a clinical drug trial. Like,
wow, gotta love that. Gotta love these high stakes. Gotta love that. Yeah, this is really what ignites a kid's imagination.
Yeah.
Hell, this is what ignites a 20 or 30-year-old man's imagination. Gotta love that. Jesus.
But it's like it's Wolverine. Hey, can you come do this clinical drug style? Yeah. Like it's not gonna do anything.
You could have plugged any character into this story.
Yeah. So this is the story. He's going to do this drug trial. And then someone here is just crazy. So he's got to step in. Like, that's it. It's so bad. It's so bad. And then we have one more Marvel book, but honestly, the best of the week, and I think everyone should pick this up. But it's Spider-Man Mills to Astonish #1. Did you get this, Drew?
I did not. So I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm gonna let you talk about this winner.
Bro, I don't understand how you didn't pick this up. Like, this has CB Cebulski eating with Peter Parker, man. Who doesn't want this? Come on.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I didn't read this. I'd heard about it, so I came to see if it really was CB Cebulski, and it was, and I was like, oh God, what are we doing? If you ever want to know where Marvel's mindset is, here it is. But yeah, they're talking about food, and then you got just nastiness. What I will talk about for real though is Alias and Return of Jessica Jones. So clearly, they're going to be pushing this, I think, because of Jessica Jones coming into the Daredevil Born Again season 2. Almost said Born of Blood. Holy cow! It's because I'm talking to you, Drew. But yeah, so Alias came back out. Listen, I'm not the hugest fan of Jessica Jones, but I'll check it out. Like sometimes it's not bad. Sam Humphries is writing this. Sam Humphries is very hit or miss with me. He's done some stuff that I've liked. He's done a lot that I haven't liked. This is just bad. It's bad. You've got Jessica Jones, who's extremely insufferable. So she's married to Luke Cage, and if you're reading comics, Luke Cage is currently the mayor, and then Jessica Jones has always kind of worked as a private investigator. So she's doing that, except because Luke Cage is mayor, it's got a lot of media and paparazzi attention. So that's ruining her job, and she can't do it. And a good chunk of this book is her just like chastising and like lambasting Luke for like, well, how am I supposed to do my job? And you should do better. And you should have more authority. And instead of him being like, hey, like you knew this was gonna be part of the deal, he's like, oh yeah, no, you're right. I'm wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. And then to make it even worse, she then is like, don't cut me off when I'm talking to you. And I was like, shoot me now. I think this is probably one of the most insufferable versions of Jessica Jones that I've read. So it's got a 4.1 on here. Don't ask me how. I was not a fan. Now, there is a little bit of a murder mystery part to it. Those aspects are fine, but you've got to like get through the slop of Jessica Jones just yelling at Luke Cage, and I did not like that at all, one bit. Here, Arcadian Steve put hot garbage. I bought one Marvel book last year, and it seems like this should do me until I forget next year. Nothing happens. Yeah. Meeting Typhoid Mary should have been page 5. The argument with Luke was dumb. That's what I was just talking about. The whole book was a half-ass done, banking on nostalgia for a great character. I think this is Marvel way, though. It's not engaging. You don't have any strong characters. And let's see. And it feels nothing like any time Jessica Jones has ever appeared before. I'm going back to Absolute Wonder Woman where there's excitement. Look, when Wonder Woman is the peak, Absolute Wonder Woman is the peak, that should tell you something. Just saying. So, not a great book. Let's go to the comments real quick and just see what's going on. We had Molo show up. What's up, Molo? But just joined. Am I supposed to believe Eve Ewing wrote a shit book? And then Kaiser put Molo. It's clearly evident. Yes. Kaiser asks, how do we feel about Century by Paul Jenkins? I think that comes out next week. Which one was that?
I think it's honestly 10, 15 years too late. And
Yeah.
I think this should have came out last year when Thunderbolts came out. I think it's a little late. But honestly, I just think Century is played out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those, it's so incredibly over the top, powerful characters that you got to be careful with what you do with them. And
Yeah.
I feel like they've already done a lot of damage with the character. And we'll see what Paul does. I like Paul's writing. There's stuff he's done I haven't cared for. There's stuff he's done I have liked. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Couldn't be any worse than the previous Century run when that Century tournament or whatever the shit it was. Oh,
where we had the wheelchair Century and the Asian Century and the blind Century. Yeah. Come on. We also have Zach's in the house. Zach's, what's up? He goes, Josh sounds different. Yeah, dude, my balls dropped. it's crazy. Like, it, 37 years, it finally happened. I'm a real boy. No, my allergies are kicking my butt, and I'm trying my best to get through the stream because I didn't want to be a little bitch about it.
Little
Uh,
bitch. Yeah.
But yeah, Corey said his balls dropped Zach's, and Zach's put about time. Yeah. I thought you were serious, Josh. About, I'm assuming Spider-Man. Yeah.
Hope you got some milk. Hope you got some milk. It's time to get cereal.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. What's up, JK? Nice to see you. Yeah, no. It did not. Absolutely did not. Drewski, let's go ahead and move over to DC.
Let's
talk about this new title we've got from Jeremy Adams on Aquaman. We now have Emperor Aquaman. I'm gonna try to give my voice a break for a second and chug some water. So I'm gonna let you tell us what happens in this book and what did you think about it?
Yeah, I had a blast reading this. I had fun. Yeah, it was. I like the change in the title. In all honesty, it should be Absolute Aquaman, but hey, that's not my call. But I do like, because we led off in the previous issue, we were led to believe that Aquaman had quote unquote died, and he's wound up on shore as a boy, and he comes across an older version of him who's got a bit of the Momoa to him. He's got like the Momoa tattoos going on with him. So it's like, okay, cool, and it's just Aquaman, more or less Arthur finding himself. Arthur coming to terms with who he is, and accepting the role of who he is, and making him stronger. And so he's strong enough to face the challenges that await him when he gets out of this psychic plane on the blue that he's on, because he's got to fight Mara's mother, and she's one bad mama.
She's one bad mama.
Yeah, and it gets violent, it gets crazy, and it gets fun. This was an absolutely fun issue. I
agreed.
Completely dug it, and I cannot wait to see what happens next.
Yep. I really love this Aquaman stuff. I loved him, like the 3 different ages of himself: the kid, him currently, and the older, kind of wiser Momoa-ish him. I really enjoyed the elements of that coming together. And yeah, it's kind of been done, and it's nothing new, but it's done well here. And then you have the Mara fighting her mom, which I think adds a lot of energy to the book. And then that kind of ties together at the end when we do get Aquaman back, and he steps into this.
The other important thing, I look, this is just my opinion, my own editorial on this. It's nice to read a title where they're not saying, like, hashtag no kings, kings are bad, we're not going to have kings, we're going to have freedom. No, they embrace the king. Hail Aquaman, hail Emperor Aquaman.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. You know what? Oh my God! Someone isn't, seeing a king as something derogatory or evil. Because hey, it just that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes kings are not bad.
Sometimes kings are not bad. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with this moving forward. Because I think we're in a cool place, and I love that we're discussing the water as the blue. Yep. If you're familiar with the green and
the red
thing, and the red, and like Animal Man, and I like when they kind of play with the elements like that. So I thought this is a really good issue, and I'm excited to see where Jeremy does and where he takes the character now that KO is.
The only thing we're missing right here is hail to the king. Hail to the king, baby. Come on, that's the only thing we're missing.
Didn't they say something like that at the very end, though?
They do it. They do it at the very. There's a chant. Okay. Yeah, hail Emperor Aquaman. So, but I wish like Arthur had said it to Mara, like hail to the king.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's good to be the king.
Yes, I agree with you. It should be Absolute in the title, but it's Emperor. Whatever, we'll take it. It's a Jeremy Adams book, and it's good.
Yes.
Going to Absolute, we have part 2 of this Poison Ivy story. So Scott Snyder and Eric Canetti doing this. Look, I've always kind of said this. Absolute Batman's very hit or miss with me. I like the monster aspect of Poison Ivy. I like that she's really just bad here. I think that's a plus. I thought this was fine. You've got the Court of Owls. They're weird. I wasn't crazy about the Court of Owls stuff, if I'm being
It
honest.
wasn't It's like, so I'm not. Like I said, I am not going to blame Eric Canetti for this. Eric Canetti,
Yeah.
his art in this is terrific.
Yeah.
I blame Scott Snyder because there is no focus on this. It
No.
shifts too many different places. There's no focus, and I did not enjoy it for that. And
No.
They keep cutting back forth. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot they're still fighting.
Yep.
They're still going. It just, I did not enjoy that because we have what 3 stories going on here. You
Pretty
have
much.
what's going on with Bruce. You have what's going on with Martha Kent. You have what's going on with Alfred, and I think maybe with his buddies who are slowly becoming his rogues.
Yeah, it's very disjointed. I think the Poison Ivy stuff is kind of the highlight.
Yes.
She looks crazy and twisted and evil, and that's kind of what I want for this Absolute Universe.
Yeah, me too.
And we're getting like this shift of Bruce, in my opinion, really becoming dark in this, which is what should be happening in the evil universe, which is the opposite of what Superman is doing right now in his book in the Absolute Superman. So yeah, it's fine. It's just a very disjointed 2-issue story.
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the previous issue more than this one.
Agreed. I enjoyed it way more. It feels like they had almost planned for this to be like a 4 to 6 issue arc, and they were just like, oh no, we'll just cram it all down into 2 issues. Because you're right, you got so many different things going on, and it just feels like you're like, ADD, like
the other thing that doesn't help, there's no transitions. It just cuts.
Yep. Which in a film can work sometimes, but in a comic it just does not at all.
No.
At all. So yeah. I'm still like mixed bag. I know people love this book. Good for you. I'm glad. I'm not one of them. It's fine. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
Did you read Action Comics?
No, I'm on a No Mark Wade.
Okay.
No Mark Wade train.
It's weird. It wasn't great. I'll just quickly go through it. We go back to tell a young Superman story when Clark was Superboy. So he's with Lana Lang and they're younger and in Smallville.
So
it's a weird thing.
So we're establishing now that he was Superboy in Smallville now.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah. But it's a weird situation where like the effect is happening before the cause, and that's why this issue is titled Affecting Cause. So for instance, this tree gets destroyed because a bolt of lightning hits it. But in the story, it destroys itself and then the bolt of lightning hits. It was weird. It was very strange. And Mark Waid is a terrible human being, but I usually feel like he's at least a solid writer. I was just reading through and I was not vibing with this. It didn't have the Mark Waid nostalgia touch that I feel like usually works for him. It just was, I think he was trying to do something clever, and this wasn't clever. So if you're waiting to see what was going to go on with that, you're not missing anything. Let me real quick. I know we had some people pop in. Let's see. Aquaman legitimately feels legit. Yeah, I agree. Kaiser, he does. And then Kaiser also put Canetti was amazing in this book. The story was a drag, but not bad. Agreed. We got Enzo in the house. What's up, brother? Enzo put, man, Snyder Jinx Chainsaw Man manga. It's ending this month. Oh, I've never read a single issue of Chainsaw Man. Whoops.
And like they've already, I know bootleggers have already made like huge Batman statues of this Chainsaw Man Batman. Now it's just like,
oh yeah,
Scott knows what he's doing. He's stealing from the best. He's lifting from the best.
Of course. JK put a lot of mangas ending now. Modulo. I don't.
Is that a beer? Oh, that's Modelo. I'm thinking of
Modelo. Yeah, I could use a beer right now. Just ended 2. Thought it was very long. Jamin D, what's up, brother? He said, "Damn, I'm late. Rock on." What's up, man? Nice to see you. Rock on. All right, we're gonna do a wrap up with our final books real quick. We're gonna look at indies. I think my voice is gonna last, so we'll see. But the first book we're gonna talk about is Transformers because
Yes, let's talk about this.
I'm really curious.
Oh, Josh, lost your audio. All right. Yeah, I'm very mixed and confused about this. I typically don't read the letters section at the end of a comic, but this one I had to. And the fact that they said, "Oh yeah, we're very excited about this. We love where this is going." It's like, do you really? So we have this new introduced to us, this new Autobot introduced to us, female Autobot who's been around in the background.
Yeah.
And she finally comes face to face with Optimus Prime, and like a pissed off 15-year-old teenager.
Yep.
In today's world, she starts lecturing him on how much of a failure he is, how much of a piece of shit he is. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. I deserve the Autobot matrix of leadership because I'm a woman and because you're a loser, you're not a leader. And that's all this comic is. And Optimus says, no, the Matrix decides who should get it. And who does the Matrix decide? This whiny, bitchy Autobot.
Yep.
It's like, I could not fucking believe it. This woman, all intents and purposes, this woman is now the new Prime. And
yeah.
I could not fucking believe it. It's like, not even RC. It's like, okay, I can go with RC being the new Optimus Prime. I can go with that.
Same.
But this insufferable character.
Yep.
There's nothing likable about her.
These 4 panels, this, and this tell you all you need to know about this leader or this character, not leader, Alita.
You know what I would have loved? You know what I would have gotten a kick out of if who had chose Cliff Jumper. I would have laughed. If it chose him, like, oh shit, that's awesome. But no, the fact that it chose them, it's like, what? And then at the end, you see Optimus Prime now pussified. You know, he's now Orion Pax or whatever his former prior self before he became Prime. And it's like, and just I had to read the letter section. I had to read the letter section at the end of this, and they're all saying, "Yeah, we're all excited about this. We're glad you're sticking through this. We know you're really going to enjoy this." I'm like, "Are we now?
Yeah.
Are we?" I don't like this. She almost killed him. Killed him.
And that to me was like, why is she getting this leadership position? Why is it choosing her when she almost killed Optimus?
This is the Decepticon act right here.
Yep. I thought this was, look, even when these guys took over and they started the run, I was like, it's not as good, but it's fine. This is the first issue that I've been like, I did not like this.
Yeah, this was the first record scratch. I'm like,
yep.
No, I don't like where you're going with this.
And we know what the whole dog and pony show is going to be. Anyone that complains about this is going to be like, oh, you're just mad because it's a female. No, I'm mad that it picked her as a leader when she's showing every sign of not being a qualified leader.
She's showing every sign of not being an Autobot.
Yeah. Like, it's just, I don't know what they were thinking. And I don't like that we're getting, I don't know. It's weird. So back to back, we've now had this Alita chick become Prime and RC. Shoot, didn't RC become something?
RC. Yeah, she became a AC Magnus because she took over Ultra. Yeah, it's like, okay, I see what you're doing here, Robert. I see where we're going here. Making it more diverse.
Yep. Hey, Transformers is for chicks too, man.
Yeah, it's Come on. I'm starting to see the shift back toward IDW very subtly. We took a massive flight of stairs forward, and now we've not necessarily tumbled down the stairs, but we've gone back a flight of stairs.
Yep. And this is Optimus saying, like, no, none can deny the will of the Matrix. and then it chooses her. Like, fuck off.
It's total bullshit. There's no fucking way.
Autobots, you will now follow Elita Prime. Bum, bum, bum. And then here's Cuckta Optimus coming up. Prime are you? No, Brun. Not Prime. Only Optimus now. I didn't like this.
No, not at all.
Which is
sad. Turn into a fucking tricycle now? What the hell?
Yes. However, something that was reliable and decent this week, I think, was G.I. Joe: Real American Hero.
Yes,
the
it
cover
was
great. So, I did not get a chance to read this. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about this real quick.
Yeah, I had an absolute blast with this. What I could, a simple analogy for this book would be Black Hawk Down, but with G.I. Joe. And they're shut down behind enemy lines, and
hell yeah.
They're stuck. They got to survive. They got to get out, and it is awesome. My only issue with this is that it's one issue. This could have been 1 to 3 issues. Yep. There's no doubt in my mind. Like, if they're completing this mission because they got a guy there, they have this high value target they're extracting, and as you can see, they're getting attacked. They're trying to survive. It's like I think it would have been awesome. The first issue is them getting the high value target, and it ends with them getting ready to get ambushed. Issue 2 is the ambush, trying to survive, and issue 3 is them trying to escape. That would have been fucking awesome. But it's like Larry crammed it all into one issue, and it's like, don't get me wrong. It's like, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just like, Larry, there's a lot of gold here.
Yeah.
And there would have been nothing paced for the trade if you'd done this in 3 issues.
Yeah.
And it's action packed. Absolutely. In one of my favorite issues of G.I. Joe, I just wish it would have been 3 issues.
Yep. No, this actually looks really awesome. Like, it looks high octane, and
it is. And I'm just like, Larry, man, this could have been 3 fucking issues, man.
Yep.
But
hey, at least it's good. I mean, I'm with you. It feels like a lost opportunity, but
it's really good. And okay. The other thing I'm not a big fan of, I don't like Snake Eyes talking. Snake Eyes should not be talking. I've never been a fan of that. And the fact that he's talking now, I'm like, no, it should all be sign language. No.
Yeah. Excuse me. Another book we had for this week is Space Ghost number 9. So, Drewski, what were your thoughts on this?
So this was an interesting read. So the how should I say this? We see these like mind. It's almost like the what was that plant that Superman was given that in the Alan Moore story
the Dark Mercy, Black Mercy.
It's kind of like this in this story, but the Black Mercy was given to Space Ghost and to Jason Jana, where they're given this thing and they're put in these 3 different scenarios. Like, one is where Jace is this big guy in Rusty superhero thing. Jana, where she's with her grandpa or uncle, having a fun time, but Space Ghost is being tortured. And kind of going through just potentially be killed. And it's the 3 of them trying to come to the realization that these situations are not real that they're going through, and it's fun. But the one thing I wasn't expecting is that the character behind it all was the character they just defeated in the previous issue. Their uncle, he was behind all this, and I'm just like, that was awfully quick to bring him back. As a villain. I wasn't expecting.
I agree.
That, but, okay. So all this right here. This is all fantasy. This is all just him being tortured by that by that device from their uncle.
Yeah, I got the Black Mercy vibes right there with you. And then like what you're saying about the uncle and then him getting defeated and coming back. So my whole thing with this quote unquote season 2 is it's felt very. It hasn't been bad. I don't want it to sound like it's bad because I'm still enjoying Space Ghost, but it's felt a little disjointed, and where I feel like the first quote unquote season, I felt like had a direction, and this I feel like doesn't have as much of a direction, and that kind of played through in this with the uncle for me. Like that's why I was like, oh, I feel like we're doing a stop and go here. So I don't know. That was an interesting element for me. But
Yes.
but yeah, anytime you can do something like the Black Mercy type thing, I think you can get some really interesting characterization there. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. And then Jonathan Lau's art, he's just continuing to kill this freaking book. So
He's a rock star. I mean,
he is.
We know it's only a matter of time before he's put on an A-list book.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
Who's gonna get him first, Marvel or DC, or with somebody like Ghost Machine or
honestly,
Mark Miller?
If Mark is listening, if Mark is working and lurking, I think he will snatch him up.
Indeed. Indubitably. Last thing that we're going to talk about is we're actually not going to talk about the book because neither one of us read this. But it's this Tigress Island came out, and I looked at it and I went, it's not for me. And like clearly,
Oof.
Yeah,
that art is rough.
It's yeah. But the reason we're going to talk about it is this is another. Oh my God, just hoo-ha's going out there.
Wow,
this art is so bad. This is one of those books that's getting caught up in this trend now. Like we're going to try to overprice everything before it lands. The day before this came out, it was already like selling for $20 or $30 online. Which why? It makes no sense to me.
No, and it's just it's that artificial inflation where you have certain retailers and speculators and prospectors coming in here and trying to make certain book hot because they invested into it, and it's only temporary. Because we all know, like the books last week and some of these, in about a month from now, they're not going to be going for those prices.
No, but this is falling in trend with Dork and what was it, White
Lotus or white
whatever,
White Noise, White Snow,
something like that. White Skies, Sky White. I don't know.
Sure.
This is for whatever reason it's getting pushed as like this is going to be a thing, and people are scooping it up and trying to get it.
It's fucking terrible.
It's awful. It's so bad. The art is so. I didn't even bother trying to read it, but the art is bad.
Celebration of low expectations.
Yeah, and it's got a bunch of bimbos in here. Sorry, not sorry.
But. Yeah, just if I guess it seems like if you're enjoying what DC's doing with Harley Quinn and her fabulous friends, then this book is probably for you.
Eek. Yeah, no. Well, it's not for me, so that's a no, bro. Let's look at these final comments real quick before we wrap up the night. This is going back to Transformers, but ends up with Matrix of Leadership couldn't stand up against woman power. And banned. No, I'm kidding. That's essentially what they're done. Like that moment was honestly screaming from like Jurassic Park, I'm woman, hear me roar type thing. Yeah, I did not like this issue of Transformers. And then Salty, what's up, bro? Nice to see you here. He put the panels in this Space Ghost issue are freaking A+. Agreed. Yeah. He put Lau needs to go to Ghost Machine and be given total freedom. I would love to see him. I mean, I hope he gets a little bit of a break because this guy's been going almost 22 issues straight at this point. 23, because if you include the annual.
Good for him.
Like
it's so that this guy's a unicorn. It is so fucking rare anymore for that to happen. Doing covers and interiors.
Yep.
Just like Dan Mora. So damn rare.
Going for it.
Just seeing this, if Lau did not do Batman, I would love to see him on a new Nemesis run.
Yeah. I don't want him to make Nemesis as bulky as his Space Ghost, though.
Oh, come on. That'd be awesome.
I don't know. I kind of like that Nemesis is a little lean. Like, it works for me. Salty talking about Tigress Island. Yeah, he came in with Orange Clam Slam Shit Art Island. That's what it was. And he goes, it's fucking hideous dog shit. It looked awful. I agree. All right.
Scary.
we are going to start wrapping things up. I think my voice has hit the limit of what I'm capable of doing for tonight. So I do thank you all for putting up with my allergies and everything tonight. I appreciate it. But if we can continue to celebrate that my balls dropped, I will appreciate that for a good while. As I said, I'm a real boy now. But Drewski, any final words before we wrap up?
Yeah, if you guys didn't get on the pre-sale that we had Monday night, I hope you guys can check out our Whatnot shows we're going to have at MegaCon if you're not going to be there next week. Yeah, so I'll think we're going to try to do a show on Tuesday, and
I think that's the plan.
Yep, and I got a show on Saturday with Wes.
Nice.
But after that, it's kind of got the week off to sell some comics.
That's right. Yeah, next week I think we're gonna do a little culture popped and just kind of have some fun conversations. We might look at some of the people that are gonna be at MegaCon and talk about that. And yeah, I think it'll just be a fun time on Tuesday. And Thursday we'll take the night off, and then we'll go from there because Drewski's gonna be a tired boy coming out of next weekend for sure.
Yeah, and I'm hoping I don't catch any sickness or illness.
Oh, brew. Yep. Just start pounding some emergencies now. Get those liquid IVs ready. Stay hydrated. Sleep well while you can.
Yeah, and packing my Zycam. Be taking that pretty much every day.
You could dye your hair blue and mask up and have piercings, and that might protect you. I heard that does a world of wonders.
And buy a random stray dog and put a service animal vest on it when it's not a service animal.
That's of course. And don't shower for like a few days. That way you get the odor right. Yeah.
And
Drew,
when I use the bathroom, make sure I don't wash my hands. Yep.
So gross. I'm grossed out. No. Drewski, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
Like I said, you can find me on here Tuesday. You can find me on West's channel Thinking Critical on Saturdays, and you can find me at MegaCon next week at the Comic Con booth.
Oh, show. If you're there, please go say hi to him. You're going to be there. Aaron's going to be there. It's going to be a good time. So guys, say hello. If you want to follow the channel, it's at By Popped on X, and then we are over here on YouTube pretty much most Tuesdays and Thursdays. Other than that, you can find me personally at Joshua L. McDonald on X, and then JoshWorks903 on Instagram. Again, thank you all so much for putting up with my voice tonight. I do apologize for the sniffles or coughs or anything like that. But I didn't want to skip out on a show knowing I had to miss Thursday, and then we're gonna have a shorter week next week as well. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys after MegaCon. No, we'll see you guys Tuesday, and then we'll see you after Meg. I don't know what's going on. Who runs this show? All right. Good night.